All right, we have here linear inequality problems and also some with real world problems. Okay. All right. The first one, obviously not a word problem, but it says here what is the solution, or it should really read what are the solutions to this inequality. I will go ahead and do this by hand, and then I'll show you how to find your answers in Desmos. Okay. All right, to solve this, I'm going to solve it just like how I would solve a linear. I'll go ahead and distribute the 4 and distribute the negative. So negative, that's basically -1. And then I'm going to put the x's together. -4 plus 1 is -3. And then subtract 8. So that's -3x is greater than or equal to, what is that? 5 minus 8 is -3. And then here, be careful, I'll go ahead and divide by -3, not distribute. And then I am going to make sure to remember to change the sign, right? Since I'm dividing by negative, I need to flip the sign. So -3 divided by -3 is +1. So x is less than or equal to 1. All right, Desmos time. How can I do this in Desmos? Well, I'll just plug it in, and I'll show you how to read the answer for inequality. Because remember, inequality is going to be shaded a bit. Plugging it in exactly the way it is. It's starting to shade for me. And then you see here at 1, it's right there. It's a solid line, and so that's why I have equal to, and it's being shaded to the left. So x is less than 1, and that's that. Same thing here. Let me go ahead and do this one in Desmos, and then maybe I'll show you how to do it by hand, but and or maybe not. Let's see how I feel. All right, so I plugged it in. Press the home button. If you don't see your answer, just make sure to zoom out. So it looks like x is greater than, so it's this one or this one, 7, +7, and I'm going to put the closed circle because it's equal to. If it didn't have the equal to, for example, if it didn't have, if it has something like that, I would have a dotted line here on Desmos, and then I would choose the open circle, but I have equal to, so that's what I'm going to choose. All right, here's some word problem, guys. So last year, Girl Scout Troop 342 sold B boxes of cookies. All right, this year the troop needs to meet a goal by selling at least 240 boxes of cookies. All right, I probably need to write some of this stuff down. Hold on. So this year the troop needs to meet a goal of 420. So the number of cookies they're going to sell is B, and whatever they sell has to be greater than or equal to 420 boxes. Okay? In order to meet this goal, they must sell at least 3 times the boxes. So 3 times the boxes of cookies that they sold last year plus 90. Okay, so this is my equation right here I'm going to solve. I'll go ahead and do this by hand because it's a pretty simple equation, and then I'll show you how to maybe find the answer in Desmos. So subtract 90 on both sides, and then I have 3b, the boxes of cookies we need to sell. Again, we have to sell, whatever we sell has to be greater than or equal to 420 cookies. Okay, so 420 minus 90, 330. That's not what I'm choosing here, it just got chosen accidentally. And then divide by 3. Notice I'm not flipping the sign because it's not a negative, so I'll keep it. So that looks like that's going to be 110. So the boxes of cookies that we need to sell is greater than or equal to 110. you can graph it and then find that answer, but I think I'll leave it at this. You do have to kind of do this by hand, at least to get this part by hand. Okay, figure out how your equation looks. Next one. Brennan wants to travel to Australia over spring break. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build my equation in Desmos and see. Maybe that'll be more helpful. His mom said that she will double the amount he is able to save during the school year to help him pay for the $1,850 plane ticket. Brennan currently has 560 in his savings, and which inequality best describes it. So he already has 560, and he needs to know how much more he has to save. And on top of that, his mom is going to double what he saved. And so whatever he saves has to be greater than or equal to 1,850. Okay? Yeah. And then let's zoom out to see how much he has to save. So he has to save about $365, and it's going to be greater than because it's going to the right, and so he'll have enough money for his plane ticket. Select the graph that represents the solutions. Alright, well, this one is pretty much what we did previous video. Just going to graph it and match it. Press the home button to change the viewpoint and just match it up. I think it's this one right here. Okay. It's kind of just the view is different on this. It's just really zoomed in here. Okay. Right there. You see it? It's this part right here. All right. And same thing. I'm just going to grab them up and see. So 2x plus 5y. Alright, it's where they're overlapping. I think I did something wrong. Oh yeah. Right there. Okay, it's this part right here. So I think it's this one, but let me just check, see where they cross each other. Is it a 2? Yeah, and then it's kind of like 0.8. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so be careful with these. They're super easy in Desmos, but still we want to make sure to choose the right equation. Okay. This one, we need to select 2 equations right here. Let me make it full screen so you can see how it looks. So we need to drag and drop 2 equations that matches this graph right here, where their solutions are like this. So what I can do here in Desmos is I'll graph each one and try to match it on each of the graphs there, and pick the combination. Greater or equal to 3. Do I have that on here? Let's see. This one is going through 1 and negative 1.5. Yeah, this one looks good right there. That's the first equation right there. And the second one, let's see. 3y plus x less than or equal to 0. I think that's the one. There it is. Just going through 0, 0, and then they are meeting right there. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's that one. All right. Thanks. Thanks, guys.